Have you had anything ever excite you enough that you started shaking when you shut it off or get out of it? You know, some of the old muscle cars in the past where it give you a thrill. Yeah. Drag racing, you don't become immune to it. This saw has the same feel for me. Guys, I've been working 2 weeks on this build off and on, more on than off. I just the way it is. 86cc out of 372 is not up front in your face. Even once you get it where things fit, there's a lot you got to think about because you're dealing with an extremely short piston skirt using that 661 piston. I did this as a 55 millimeter bore and stock stroke, which is 36 millimeter. And I'm gonna be sending to Dana Joe. How you doing, Joe? 2 cylinders. I believe we're gonna do 86. Well, we're gonna go. Hold on a second. We're doing 56 millimeter bore instead of 55. Going 1 millimeter, and it's exciting because I am gonna stroke a crankshaft here. We just ordered and received a press just special to press them cranks apart. That was the hardest thing I had. So we'll get into that as we're doing it, and I'll show you what the deal is with that. I will share at some point all of what it takes to put one of these together with the 55 millimeter bore. For me, I don't need more than this. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't need more than this. This is all I need. And it's not even ported yet. I did have to correct the numbers on the intake. Intake on the 40-second video there, the saw was running like a bag of crap. It shouldn't even run at all. Intake was open 192, 194 degrees total opening. They can't run there. They can't. It shouldn't even start. And it did. Once you got it off idle, it actually run. And it wasn't doing bad. That first cylinder was a used cylinder. I had actually ported it for another saw, well, 390, and used it in this one. But it was used. I'd run it. So, there you go. I'm going to stop this right here. I'm going to show you, it's about a 1.5-minute clip of the saw's performance. We ain't going to mess around. Let's just get right into the fun stuff, all right? Spruce. I can't wait till I pour it now. Okay, so what'd you think of that? Now, here's a funny thing that's unusual because that piston has got such a short skirt. Really what it is that the pin position is way down. I mean, it's an MS661 piston. I turned a millimeter off of it. I don't want to build these saws for nobody. I want you to build them yourself. If you build it as a 55 millimeter bore, it's really not that hard. The hardest thing, you're going to either have to, if you got a precision lathe, you got to take a millimeter off the outside of the piston, which is a half millimeter per side, and 42 thousandths off the top of the piston. Buy the pop-up piston, and then cut another 40 off, and you got good compression. Right where the saw of this size should be. It's not bad to start, especially when it's warm. It's not bad to start. On the bench, it's, it is what it is. But I was able to do, because of the strangeness of this build, I'll share a little things here and there with you as we progress. I was able to do something that I never dared to do before because it doesn't work. That short little skirt, I had to raise the roof. Remember that on the floor of the intake. Now, the highway piston, or highway cylinder, 390 cylinder, that exhaust opened at 100. 100, right there. 30 degrees later, the transfer is open, okay? Now, this ain't even ported yet, and it's pulling RPM serious with 30 degrees of blowdown. So those of you that argue the point, suck that. It's your combination sometimes. Tell me all you car guys haven't heard of the frickin' 302 Chevy, big bore, short stroke. 377, you circle track guys, big bore, short stroke. Yeah, overbore. Quick RPMs in them short stroke big bore motors, ain't there? Chainsaws are no different. Quick, fast. I love the tone of this. What did you think? Deeper tone. Definitely pulling RPMs, and I'm still running it rich. That's his first run right there. Very first run with this cylinder. When we lean that bugger out and we port that, oh boy, is this ever going to be fun. But here's what I was able to do. On the intake, you see this roof? I always tell you, don't screw with that. Make little notches here and here if you want, because it does help. Put grooves in there, because you see how the angle that flows. Guess what? I wish I'd have took pictures of it. That's gone. Because I raised that floor up, it's basically even with the bottom of the intake right here. You know how it tapers down? It's just dead level. I took that right out. What I've got is a nice oval, flat on top, flat on the bottom, in the circle joints. Never been able to do that before because I didn't have a weird combination like this one. This is running a 395 carburetor right now. And quite honestly, I think that's just what I need to be running on this. Now, importantly, I'm going to tell you a little secret. We're going to build one of these with reeds. And I want to build it as an 86cc with reeds. Okay, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to build a 100cc 372 with reeds for me. For personal saw, it's going nowhere. It's mine. It just is. It really is. I got somebody that I got to show something special. So stare at this thing just a minute. This is a saw I said I'd never, ever get rid of. 394. It is a beautiful, beautiful saw. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'd like to take or stripe one of these. I think there's a lot of you guys made comments. I like that black with the fins ground, but I'll tell you what I do want. For me, I want the open top. I want to polish it. That's what I want for me. This is the cylinder stand on this saw. I want to polish it. Now, in this bag, let me set this out of the way. My baby. this has been rough, guys. There's way more to contend with than you'd ever believe putting one of these together. Now that I've done it, I can pop them out. That's easy. This is the cylinder come off of it. Actually, you can see right here, I dropped it and broke that ear off around a bolt. Not a big deal. There's nothing stopping it from running. Intake was just way out there, so I cut it off. And I'm looking for combinations. It's a KX80 reed from a dirt bike. I'll tell you what I got. I'm going to do a reed saw, I really am. Here is my best two. Now, I was able to use the 390 boot and get that carburetor and air cleaner in right in a stock location. So I want to maintain that. I want to be able to have a cover on them. Okay, this is the reed I want. It's a 4-pedal reed. Okay. I want to weld that right there. But I got to reduce this area as far as I dare, and I got to get a little bit off of this, which I can. I can get a little off of this without hurting anything. I need to get that down. Oh, what'd I say? 2 inches. Right now. Oh, I'm almost there right now. I'm going to be able to do this. If I get this down to 1.5 inches, it's even easier. Which, right now, I can tell you what I am. I'm 1 7/8 right now. I need to get it down. Boy, I'd love to see 1.5 inches. 1 5/8. So we're going to do this. Now, reeds make a difference. Believe me, you dirt bike guys out there, snowmobile guys, no, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I found another reed, and I want to share that with you. No, it's not worth putting reeds on everything. Just most everything. Oh, here it is. Put that reed together with the rest of my reed stuff. Now look at this reed. A flat reed, thin reed. Okay? This is actually a 2-stage reed here. If you see that set of reeds, this is a reed here too. And then there's a secondary reed. 2-stage, that smooths us out a lot. It would be obvious that I could take a piece of aluminum, bar stock, just a little wider than that, put it right there, and I can cut that reed in, build a box for it. But I'll tell you what I did. I ran into something. I'm going to run away from the camera a minute. I'll be right back. I want to show you something. This is a Pioneer P41 reed, and this is the way they work. You see that? Now the P51 looks like a duckbill, but this bolt pattern is slightly larger. I've got this gorgeous, just gorgeous P51 that I want to do for me. Yeah, I come out of Canada. You know who it is. Thanks for the saw. I got a base gasket. I got to put, or a case gasket rather. I got to put into it because it's leaking gas into the bore oil and vice versa. So I got to have time to split it. But if you see that bolt pattern and see this bolt pattern, that's pretty close, isn't it? I'm going to take a piece of 1/4-inch aluminum, build an adapter. I'll have to move the carburetor back just slightly. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be a game changer on my Pioneer builds. I just tell you right now it is. I'm happy. I'm excited about that. We will be building here soon a Pool and Wild thing. and going, let's just call it some pretty good lengths. Let me dig out some parts. Okay, here is a Wild Thing cylinder. Now I'm going to tell you something, guys. When I looked down that cylinder and I seen that trashy looking mess, oh, I just wanted to cry. It's aftermarket, but it's got nice titanium, nickel sill plating. Their clamshell design, 42 cc. But I'll tell you what I did. I managed to get this block bolted onto that intake. Look at that. And here's the reeds. For those of you going to sawfest, you will see this run if I get it running. Yes, that's a nice setup right there, guys. Of course, then we got elbow. And I dropped more stuff. Here is a clone PWK air striker carb. Okay, yeah, that's their flat slide. Nice carb right here, really is. I'm running that on a 42 cc saw with nitromethane. I just want you to know that. Let me just pop this stuff all together so you can get an idea. Okay, now when you take a little chainsaw and try to run nitromethane in that, that's not easy. It takes far more nitromethane than you think. Don't it, Charlie? Go over and check out Charlie Briscoe. He just put his wild thing together. Him and I has discussed a little bit about nitro. I know a few things about it. I know stuff about junk, you know. He took everything I had to say and added his own twist to it, and I'll tell you what he did. He gutted a carburetor. And he's got one of these running on nitromethane. Yeah, you got a lot of hoses and stuff hanging off them when you're done if you do it right. You do. But here's the setup. Proper block, proper reed cage. I've got this where you can get the idea. Cylinder will mount about here. I have to have that come out, hang off. It's gonna come out to about right here. Because of what I'm doing, I have to have it like this. I'm glad I found everything I needed. Nitromethane is funny stuff. If you don't have the ability to learn and talk to people that's already run it in drag motors, you don't want to mess with stuff. It's very dangerous. It's not for everybody. And no, you can't get high off it, but I'll tell you what, the fumes can kill you. Can't they, Charlie? They're bad. They're bad. Lyle, Oliver, guess what's going to be built? I have chose this saw you donated to this channel. They're the ones that sent me that beautiful Pontiac sign. They know I like it, didn't I, Oliver? Oliver is Lyle's boy. Hi, wife. I forgot his wife's name. She's a very pleasant lady. This is what you're going to see with this. Now, I think it's kind of bad when you look down where the air cleaner goes. That's bigger than the piston for the saw. Okay? I just want you to know. It is. It's bigger. And I'm excited about this build. My problem is I still need motors. I'm looking for a top cover. If anybody's got one that is intact up front, right here on the side, broken the back. Okay? I've got no choice but to cut this off right in the middle to make the saw work. I will show every stinking detail of this build. And I'll tell you why. I don't want to be the only one at Sawfest that's got a killer saw. I want 10 of you guys building wild things to say, hey, wait a minute, he's showing me some stuff. We can bench race all we want. When we see this in the wood, then let's decide whether I'm right or wrong. I know I'm right. I know I am. It's either going to run, it's going to blow up like crazy. I'll tell you what, My friend Danny P told me, he says, Harv, if you can't win, you got to be a crowd pleaser. You know, that stuck. I remembered that. Words of wisdom on Dan. So, who's ever seen anything like that on a saw? Yeah, I know what I'm reading the comments. You don't know till you see it run. You just don't know. It may be the best thing, sliced bread, or it might be like walking through a mud puddle with brand new white socks. Which one are we going to get, guys? Don't know, do we? We do not know. We don't know. We're going to make a good attempt at this. I understand everything that has to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you something you won't believe. When you're playing with nitromethane, everybody loves advance and the timing and everything. Don't do it. Don't do it. Learn about the fuel. Retard the damn timing. Go back 4 degrees. Okay? Just do it. Listen to me. You'll thank me later. Okay? You don't want what'll happen if you're too high on timing. You won't. You do not want it. You don't need a whole lot of exhaust. You just need to get it out. Just that far. You just gotta get it out. All the rules of gasoline chainsaws are out the window. Forget everything you ever knew about gasoline chainsaws as far as the fuel and how it operates. You're pouring nitromethane at such a high rate through these saws. Even this tiny little bugger here, you are pouring nitromethane through them almost like a garden hose. It's not a joke. Go check out Charlie Briscoe. He's got his running. And I might want to say, Charlie, you're making me nervous, buddy. I thought I was going to be top dog here. But I think I got me some competition. And I see there's a few others out there. Don't start smiling. Yeah, there's a bunch of other you out there is going to have frickin' some pretty stiff, wild things. Okay, I'm up for the challenge. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll show everything I did. That way, if you don't like it, you'll know everything not to do. How's that? You can't beat that with a stick, can you? Guys, it's late. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple weeks. I'm really tired out. I love my 86cc. I love it. I would go logging with that saw all day long. Once it proves it'll hold up. Let's see if it does. I will. You seen the pile of logs I got? It's either going to go or blow in it, guys. Stay tuned. We got more fun stuff than just this coming up. A lot more. Take care. Goodbye.